Good morning, everyone. As Thais told us, I'm Savio Melo, and I'm here presenting today a paper done by Andressa and Jessica, which are master's students in the Federal University of Rio Grande do Norte, and also Arthur, who is a planning director in a Brazilian medium-sized construction company. So, three reasons motivate us to start this research. The first one is that the value stream mapping is an essential tool for organizations applying lean methods. This was one of the first reasons we motivate us to start the research. The second one is that this tool has been used in many industrial sectors, including construction. But the third reason, more particular, that motivates us is a paper published in the last IGLC conference in Boston, and they say that of 97 peer-reviewed journal articles published between 1999 and 2015, only 8 papers were related to VSM implementation in the construction sector. They found a lot of papers, but in different, in the Navy industry, in the aeronautical, in other industry, but not in the construction. So we need to use it more, or at least publish more in international journals, research like this. So our aim is to apply the VSM methodology to improve the concrete placing process in a Brazilian construction site. We have followed 3 of the 4 steps proposed by Roder and Shook in his book, Learning to See. So first we select a process to map, then we map the current state, and finally we map a future state with some improvements. So this is the project that we studied. It's a 23-story residential tower with 54 apartments, 2 units per floor. And it was mapped the concrete placing process of 18 columns of the second floor on the ground, which will be the parking space of this residential tower. So we start mapping the process, and the first 2 activities involved in this process were the concrete mixer truck arrival and the start of concrete placement. And as you can see, both of them were executed not as planned. The concrete mixer truck arrival was planned to get on the site at 6:45 a.m., but it arrived there at 7:50 a.m. due to bad traffic conditions. And the start of concrete placement was supposed to start at 7 a.m., but it started at 8:26. And why they didn't start at 7 a.m. and what kind of interruptions it occurred? So the value stream mapping is a tool where we can identify wastes and improve construction's process. So applying this tool, we have identified several wastes in this construction project. The first one is related to weight. So the first type of waste that we identified there is that when the concrete mixer truck finally arrived at the construction site, it has a backhoe preventing it to park inside the construction site. So it needs to wait 26 minutes. Someone in the construction site get this backhoe away of the path, so the truck can drive right in the right position. The second type of waste that we identified was making do. We have some problems due to the truck's arm size. As you can see on the left side here, we have a brief representation of the 18-column formworks, and the truck arms can reach the ones that are closest to the truck. But the columns that were far from the truck, you don't have a truck arms sufficiently. So what they do, a making do. So hey, I don't know if it's not some clear from this photo here, but the workers, they using a wooden board without success to prevent the concrete from being thrown out from the column formwork. So they are trying to fill the column formwork with concrete, but this was a clear improvisation. And then the second, continuing the concrete placing process, we also have found interruptions during the concrete pouring process. So as I just said, they were trying to use this wooden bird, and then they realized that it doesn't work. So okay, let's have an extension right now, so we can fill with concrete the columns that are far from the truck. And then to get this extension, they took 30 minutes and 40 seconds. And once they got this extension to concrete the columns formworks that were far from the truck, it happened another interruption. A connection between the truck's arms broke it. So they stopped it again for 22 minutes. And that's our current state map here. And on the upside, you can see the information flow. And the downside, you can see the physical floor of the 18 columns. I just want to show you here how amount of non-value adding time it happened in the both circumstances where they stop it due to the backhoe or to the connection broke it. And another one that we were very surprised at the time is it was ordered 4 concrete mixed truck with each 8 cubic meters. And then when we was there, we and the project team realized that was only necessary 3 concrete mixed trucks. So they were another kind of waste with overproduction. So what did they do with this mixed truck? They, without prior planning, they decide to fill with concrete other structural elements that were not previously planned in the day. So the total lead time for the process was 5 hours and 19 minutes, and the value adding time was in fact 2 hours and 4 minutes. Here are the future state with some of suggestions. So basically we are proposing a site layout so we can prevent these waiting times to start the process. And also we are also suggesting a concrete volume review, so you can get this information directly from the structure design itself, so you don't have this mismatch between the demand and the right amount that they really need. And also we are employing some Kaizen burst as an employee trainee, because as you can see from the previous pictures, there are a lot of workers doing this activity, and we have some proposition that we can reduce the amount of workers necessary during this process. So with this kind of improvements, the lead time will be reduced for 2 hours and 44 minutes. So our conclusion is that the value stream mapping in the concrete process allowed us to identify 6 types of waste: waiting, handling, inventory, overproduction, rework, and making do. We also have some limitations because we did not map the activities that precede the concrete placing process. And as a future work recommendation, we suggest to elaborate and test an implementation plan for the future state map developed in this paper. That's it. Thank you.
Could you go back to the current state map, please? One more. There you go. Actually, it's the same book. So I'm noticing that the key, the cornerstone of the entire information flow seems to be a project intern. Do you mean intern in the way that I would mean intern, like some college student or some?
Exactly.
They're central to the information flow, and we're surprised there's a mistake. Okay. I'm curious about something. First off, at the beginning, you said that you thought there should be more value stream mapping because there isn't very much of it in the literature, and I'm worried about that logic a little bit because it sounds to me like I've got hammers and somewhere there should be more nails. So I would be careful a little bit how they phrase that. But this has been my experience. So I've done lots of value stream mapping. I like value stream mapping. I always think it's amazing. And every time I've been involved in a value stream map exercise, I've been horrified by the results. And then I have gone for a meeting with the contractor or the subcontractors or whoever to say, you can't believe how badly your process sucks. I'm going to reveal it to you, and you're going to worship me and be amazed, right? And what I always have gotten, the experience that's always come out of it is, wow, that's a lot better than we thought. Even down to a case where we found value-added time in the range of about 18% on a residential development, and the developer was not horrified. They were thrilled to find out it was above 10%. So, did you go over this result with this company, and how did they react? Did they embrace you for finding this out for them? Were they hostile? What happened?
We went there to present the current and the future state map.
Let me guess, there's a backhoe in the way.
And they were surprised. They said that at first they said that they don't have problems during the concrete process. And then we showed them that the map, and then they realized the problem. And one of the takeaways that they told us is the problem is the information, for sure. They need to have to improve in the information flow. And they are also interested to try to implement this suggestion proposed in the future state map.
Actually, adding to Ken's point, they think they are saving money by putting an internal charge or something important. And in all honesty, when I was in Porto Alegre doing my master's proposal, we had a study that we actually showed that the workers were waiting too much because they had picked the supplier that had the cheapest price and wasn't reliable. And when we compared the cost, they said, oh, that's fine. It's still cheaper to hire these guys and have the workers waiting. They are cheap, so they can wait, but they were not looking at the total charge ratio. I would also say that the backhoe thing, it seems so absurd, but probably the project manager of the site doesn't even know that. In the end of the day, he gets there, everything is done right. They might not even know that these things are happening.
Yeah.
And the map shows them, but yeah, acting on that is the challenge.
To develop this map, how many observations did you do? 1 day, 2 days, or only one event?
I think it was 2-day observation.
Yeah, because what I'm saying, why I'm asking you, because there are several activities that are very dynamic. Probably, I don't know, the car that was a barrier for the truck happening 1 day, but in the other day probably it was not there. So this can influence a lot in the waiting time and everything. So because there are several dynamic activities, maybe
For
if
sure.
you have more than 1 or 2 days of observation, make your map more consistent. Because the guys, I know the Brazilians, they will say, oh, but this happened only yesterday.
Yeah, that's exactly what they say.
You were saying to me that we had 30 minutes of delay, but this happened only yesterday. This is not our process.
But I think also the value stream map, you actually take a snapshot.
I know.
So if you are in a good day, it's going to look great.
I know.
It's not sampling, but yeah, we are going to hear.
Well, the other challenge with that is if you really worked hard to get a statistical sample, by the time you were done, the project would be over.
No, of
right?
course not. No, I'm not saying statistical.
No,
but
I know.
a week, for example, or
More repetition.
More repetitions, yeah.
some more